welcome to the second attempt at Dan's Garage. You know, since we were here last week and had the Max Jack installed, I've made a few calls to some friends I have in the industry to let them know that the garage is available if they want to come by and show us how to install something, even if they just need to use the lift or the tools or the compressor or the welder as soon as I get a tank. So Rich from Magnaflow was the first guy to step up. In fact, I'm expecting him to show up, and I think he's here now. Guys, come on. So here's sort of the ground rules with Dan's Garage. Welcome, by the way.
Pleasure, pleasure.
And Josh.
Good morning, Dan.
You met each other?
Yes, we have. We kind of talked on the way up here.
Did you? Josh is from Hot Rods, and of course, you know, Rich is from Magnaflow. We've got, you know, welders. As soon as I get a tank, we'll be able to use that. But I think we've got you covered, and I even have an old whiteboard that I wasn't able to sell in the garage sale. So if you need any ideas on the wall, we can do that. So, what did you bring? I'm expecting, you know, we got trucks, or I can pretty much lift anything you need.
Well, it looks like you got a lift for us, but today we're going to do a manifold cat installation on a 99 Civic.
Between the three of us, we represent the whole package when it comes to purchasing automotive content, right?
Absolutely. Basically, a component here that we see goes into pretty much every one of the cars out there. This is not a performance part, you know, that's only going to go to the guys looking for enhancing performance. This is an everybody's everyday driver.
There we go. That.
Pin in there, and while we're at it, everything's all nice and hot from the trip over here, so if you got a fan we can put on the top here and get her cooled down, we can get started.
In the corner here, okay. Now, how do you know when you have a catalytic converter problem?
Well, there's a couple different ways. Sometimes people will see a check engine light, which will indicate, hey, there's a problem with the car.
Right.
You'll need something like a scanner, and these things are available for under $100.
You're in the business and you're plugging scanners in every day, right? Is this an efficient enough scanner for the average guy to have?
This is good enough to kind of point you in the right direction, so that you know where is my problem and kind of localize it.
Okay.
And then you go from there.
Is this cool?
I think we should be good. It's been about 5-10 minutes here, and everything should be good enough to touch.
Perfect. All right, and we need tools.
Yes, we do. Josh, grab some stuff here.
So your product comes with everything you would need to do the installation.
Correct. What we want to make sure is that whether they're taking it to you and you may not have this particular 1.6 liter, this year manifold gasket, you might have some of the universal parts at the bottom, but out of the box we want to make sure that when you take it to the shop or you want to attempt this in your garage yourself, you've got everything you need out of the box.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Alright, so we got to get the heat shield off and at least pulled out of the way so we can get the O2 sensor off. So we'll get you the 13 millimeter for the heat shield, and then we'll get started on that 7/8 for that O2 sensor.
13. All right. Let's just pops off easy.
You should pull right across the top of that sensor.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
The crack actually happened right across the middle, and he's a welder, so he actually tried to go through, but the problem you have with cast iron is depending upon the quality of the materials, regular welding just isn't sufficient. So the spot where he welded it actually broke right across that spot again.
So those are off. Do we take these four off now?
The top four don't come off, and those are actually part of the original setup, but they're part of the aftermarket, and we'll show you why when we get it all out.
Okay. Rich, how are you?
Hey, heck guys.
Rich Truesdale.
How you doing?
Rich from Magnaflow. Josh from Hot Rods.
Hey, how you doing?
Rich is an author and publisher of Automotive Traveler and your new one.
Chevrolet driver.
Vehicles. I mean, this is about 160,000 miles on this vehicle, but we're seeing that there's still viable parts with all the gas crunch and the cost of gas now.
Yeah.
People are looking at these as options that are inexpensive cars that you can use as commuters that have decent fuel economy, but we're finding that there's some service parts that we need to take care of.
There we are. Okay.
I would argue that you're going to see a performance gain by using this.
You always argue. Ever since I've known you.
With this being so much smaller, there's more ventilation around it. It's going to run cooler, will it not?
Well, the other thing that we have is you'll notice that we reuse the heat shields, but part of our design is the catalytic converters works on heat, so we need to get the heat from here to here in the most effective fashion possible. So we're actually going to get the heat to the converter faster, which will heat this up, but we're also going to evacuate faster. We have a better tapered design, not this offset. The hole size has to mate up to the same, but we get better flow through, which allows the converter to work more efficiently, which dissipates the heat better as well.
Nice. All right, so let's put this on.
I told you when I shot this was right, the wrong
That's
Yeah.
Yep. And we'll get a couple started, then we'll start at the bottom up again.
So now the shield.
Yep. Should be the same 13.
So this is why you've got these tabs, these ears.
Right, so we can reuse the same factory heat shield. So you see the position of the O2 sensors are nearly identical to stock.
Yeah.
The holes lined up, factory bolts back in it.
We could drop the hood.
Yes, we can.
Amazing.
There we go. All back in there.
All right, okay, so you got the blue cups already. No one knows what's in there, and just like the brownies, no one knows what's in the brownies either, right?
I guess that's part of the surprise too.
So the blue cup special, we just, talk about what's going on, and you also have to sign the toolbox before you leave.
We'll do that.
So I don't know, I'm really torn about the whole thing with California and whether it should have those kinds of standards versus the other 49 states, because it's more expensive to buy the product, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the costing that goes into development is a function of what it needs to do.
Right.
If we want to clean up more, it needs more precious metals, and that's the most expensive component. So California is unique in the fact that the content of precious metals are required.
Well, I think what we need to do is to send some of the legislators some of these brownies that I made. Because you know what? They're already eating them. All right. One more Dan's Garage in the can. See you next time.